So this is the Brazilian pineapple.
Yes, sir. Mike, I think this is probably the best tasting.
Oh my God, it's like candy.
Amazing, man.
It really is. It's like eating a piece of candy. Good morning, YouTubers. Today I got a really special show for you. We're going to meet Richard from Pineapples in Paradise. You see the sign right there, and Richard has been growing pineapples in Florida for quite a long time, and he actually travels around the state and he helps people to grow pineapples and get them kind of set up right, and he does consulting. So if you need anything like that, Richard's your man. And let me introduce you. Here he comes now. Come on in, Rich.
Morning.
Good morning, Richard.
Hello out there on YouTube.
Very glad to see you, and I just came in here and I'm just amazed at what a wonderful food forest. I mean, I thought you were going to have nothing but pineapples, but you got a little bit of everything going on.
Yeah, we sure do. We have passion fruit here. We have figs here. We have Barbados cherries. We have peanut butter fruit, Jamaican cherries, and a bunch of other things going on.
Wow,
a little bit of everything here.
We could do a bunch of videos just on all of the stuff you've got over here, but today our focus is going to be on the pineapples and a couple of different rare varieties.
Yeah.
What kind of varieties do you have?
So I have growing in my yard right now a Brazilian pineapple, abacaxi. I have sugarloaf, white hilo, white jade, two, and honeyglow.
Rich is going to give you some tips on how to grow them, and we'll go from there. So let's get started. Ready?
Yeah. Right here we have an example of one of my Brazilian pineapple plants. This one hasn't produced a fruit yet, but next year it will. Now over here we have a plant that has already produced a fruit and now is producing offspring. Here we have a slip, another slip here, and back here we have a sucker. These are three types of offspring that pineapple plants produce, and this is how your crop will grow. Once the mother plant produces a fruit, she's done producing fruit, but she will produce offspring, and different varieties produce different amounts of offspring. So back here, this is where all the magic happens. This is where I grow most of my pineapples. As you can see, here's a row of these Brazilian pineapples, abacaxi. This plant here has a long history of growing in South Florida and Florida, back to when Florida was the pineapple capital of the world. And in the back there's a few white jade pineapples going. So at one time, back around the turn of the century, between the late 1860s and early 1920s, Florida was the pineapple capital of the world. These pineapples here, abacaxi, were one of the varieties that were originally grown here in Florida back then. Yes, I grow mostly white pineapples.
You think they're sweeter, or they're just easier to grow?
Oh, they are sweeter. Just the facts are that a white pineapple has the highest sugar content and the lowest acid content of any pineapple. And the flavor profile is completely different than a yellow pineapple. My personal opinion, once you have a white pineapple, you won't need a yellow one.
Really? They're that much better?
Yeah. So here we have white jade. This is another variety of white pineapple. This one here is a Royal Colada Royale. It's one of these new varieties that I think Del Monte has created. It's supposed to taste like a pina colada. So these are honeyglow. This is a variety, a yellow variety, that's being grown by a friend of mine on a farm up in Delray. This here is white hilo. This is a phenomenal pineapple that comes from the Big Island. A friend of mine, Bill Merrill, he grows these at his house out there, and he sent me a box of slips of these about 2 years ago. Part of my mission is to get everyone here in South Florida growing pineapples in their backyard. And you can you can get a store-bought pineapple, cut the top, the crown off of it, and just stick it in the ground and neglect it, and you will still get something better than anything you could buy in the store. Now, you can take it to the extremes like I do, where I'm feeding my pineapples every other week. And I foliar feed pineapples. That's the only way to do it. Commercial growers foliar feed their pineapples. So foliar feeding is just spraying the leaves of your plant. All plants have holes in their leaves called stomata. And during the process of photosynthesis, those holes open and close. But they perform photosynthesis inside the plant during the day because they need the sunlight. And that's why you want to foliar feed your pineapple plants after sunset or early morning before sunrise. I know a lot of people realize that pineapples are in the bromeliad family, and they've been told that you want to keep water in the center of the plant. You can do that, but the most important thing about growing pineapples is to make sure that they dry out between waterings. If you keep them wet all the time, they can die from heart rot. The center of this plant will rot out. You can pull the center of these leaves out, and the plant will die. So if you're using pelletized fertilizer to feed your plants, you don't want it collecting down in these leaves here, because there is a good chance that it will burn the leaves and kill the plant. And basically, like I said before, I recommend just foliar feeding. You can use any kind of liquid fertilizer you want, and just spray the leaves, the tops and bottoms, and you will do really well. So there's different ways you can grow pineapples. You don't have to grow them in the ground, but if you do grow pineapples in the ground, I recommend growing them in raised mounds or raised beds like I have here. Now this is an example of a pineapple plant that is doing phenomenally well. This is a special one from Hawaii, and this is in, I think this is about a 10-gallon pot. So as far as growing in pots, 3 gallons is the smallest I recommend. As you can see here, and this one on the end here, these are all in 3-gallon pots. And last year, I grew a sugarloaf pineapple in a 3-gallon pot that was this tall and this wide, and produced a pineapple over 3 pounds. So here we have some little starter pineapple plants that I'm growing out. These are sugarloaf and white jade, some highly prized pineapples, and these I have are all for sale. These are white jade pineapples that I'm growing. They will be producing next year. So as far as watering your pineapples is concerned, you can see I have irrigation back here, but I don't use that very much because, like I've said before, one of the most important things about growing pineapples is that they dry out between waterings. And the easiest way to test that is with your finger. You just stick it down into the soil up to your knuckle, and you can tell if that soil is dry or not. If it's cool, it's got moisture in it. So here I'm going to remove one of these slips and show you how I prepare them for planting. You can cut. If you just twist this off here.
Do you let them dry out? Do you let them dry out a little bit, or you plant them right away?
People say to let them dry out. I don't. But you can just peel these leaves off.
Now, will all of your pineapples get these little pups?
Yes.
Okay. And do you plant them this size, or sometimes you let them get a little bit bigger?
I let these grow a lot bigger, probably 2 or 3 times the size of these.
So this we just did this as an example to show people.
Yeah, this is just an example. Sometimes, as you're harvesting the pineapple, you will knock these off.
And then you
accidentally.
just might as well plant them.
So I've got some smaller than this growing out in pots. I don't let any of them go to waste. But
Okay.
if you peel some of these leaves off, if you look close enough, you can see some tiny roots there already.
I can see them already.
Basically, you're just going to take this and just stick it in the ground like that, and that's about it. Now, one thing about the depth, You don't want the center of this pineapple where it holds water to be below the surface of the soil. So let me talk about this here. One thing that I didn't say when I was showing you how to plant this slip is this little bit of pineapple flesh that's on here. You want to take a knife and cut that off. And you want to cut it off to the point where you see little root ends here. See those little black spots, those little dark spots?
Let me see if I can show. Okay, so I don't know if you see that, but he cut down beyond the white portion until he sees these little dots, little dark little dots.
Now here's a crown, the top off of one of these little pineapples that I just picked this morning, and also the way you do that is cut this flesh off here.
So that's pretty much the same thing. Go down to when you see the little spots.
You can see some little root ends there, and then you want to peel several layers of these leaves off.
Does it matter how far back you go? Like if you go, can you get too crazy and overdo it?
You can get too crazy and overdo it. I peel them until I stop seeing little root ends there. You can do 3 or 4 rows of leaves.
Okay, and so that goes into a cup of water, or that goes into soil?
There's 2 different methods of doing this. I don't like putting anything in water to root them out and then putting them in soil. But people will argue.
I consider that when you do that and you put them in water, you end up with weaker root system.
I don't know about that, but there is a good chance of the plant rotting when you put it in soil after being soaked in water.
So they've been in water and now all of a sudden they go to soil and now they rot.
Yeah.
So it's better to go let them do this and then just put them right into some good draining soil.
You can let these dry out for a day before you peel them and strip them for plants. They're very slow growing. One thing about growing pineapples, you will learn to be a patient person. Do not rush it. Pineapples can take up to 3 years to produce.
But typically if you grow them from the crown, it's like starting from new. But if you grow one from a pup, it's like you've cut that time quite a bit.
Yeah, so they say these anywhere from 16 to 18 months. The crowns, 24 months and longer. It depends where you're going in shade or partial shade. I don't recommend white pineapples. I do not recommend growing in full sun. They're very sensitive.
So they do better in the shade.
Yes, they do. And a yellow pineapple, you won't harvest a yellow pineapple until the pineapple is golden on the outside. White pineapple, you're going to harvest that when it's partially gold and still green on the outside.
If you wait too long, it's going to go rotten on you?
They will ferment on the plant. I've had that happen.
Okay.
Yeah. And also about pineapples, the sugar content of a pineapple will be the highest as soon as you pick it. They do not ripen off the plant like mangoes do.
Oh, so you got to know when to pick them for their peak flavor.
Yeah.
What are we tasting here?
This is Brazilian abacaxi. Try a piece of that.
This is the abacaxi, all right? Okay, you hold this for a second there. All right, I'm going to grab that.
Now, this plant only produces a pineapple up to 2 pounds, but every
it makes up for the flavor.
They are.
It's like honey, man. It's like a sugar candy honey.
So I've had some of these bricks at 23.
This is abacaxi.
With an A. A-B-A-B-A-B-A-X-I.
This is really good, Rich. You know, I've heard that, I can't remember, but the sugar loaf, the center is edible because it's soft compared to other pineapples.
We have sugar loaf here. This has a little more fiber. The sugar loaf is real creamy.
And this, I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera, but this is a pineapple tea.
This is made from the skins. So pineapples have bromelain, which is digestive enzyme, and it's high anti-inflammatory.
So this, you just basically took the peel of the pineapple, you let it dry a little bit, or
Nope.
you just boil it immediately?
What I do is, as I'm harvesting pineapples and eating them, I will save the skins in a gallon Ziploc baggie. When that's about full, I'll take those, put them in a big pot, and cover it with water, cover it like 2 inches above, put a cinnamon stick or two in there, some chives.
So we have in here, we have cinnamon, we have pineapple, we have a little honey. I taste a little honey in there.
Yep. There's some, that is buckwheat honey.
It's very nice. Let me try some of this white.
This is white jade. This is a sugarloaf.
This is sugarloaf.
Yeah.
All right. Grab that sugarloaf right there. Oh yeah, it's good, but it's not as sweet as the abacaxi.
No. It's creamier too. Not as
more citrusy.
Not as
yeah,
fibrous.
Very different.
Yeah.
Much more citrusy, not as fibrous, and softer.
Yeah.
Just like you said, creamy. It's like a real nice creaminess.
Yep. So at the farm in Kauai where these come from, they have a machine. It's a juicer, but what it does is it makes like a frosty out of these. They freeze the pineapple and then put it through this machine, and it comes in. They'll give you a cup of this. It's like a pineapple frozen pineapple
like a slush,
smoothie,
like a slushy smoothie.
Unbelievable.
Man, I'm gonna get a sugar high. This is amazing. So there's a lot more going on here than pineapples.
Yes,
That's very cool. Hey, listen, man, I really wanted to thank you so much for inviting me out to walk around. Thank you for all the great tips on the different types of pineapples. The flavors was amazing. I really like the abaca. What was it again?
Abacaxi.
Abacaxi. That's that Brazilian pineapple, was delicious. And then you had the white. The one we tasted was a sugarloaf. And the other ones that you have available is also the hilo. White hilo, white jade, and those are really spectacular.
And we also have yellow ones. We have MD2, which is the ones that you get in the store, and we also have a honey glow, which is another yellow pineapple.
Yeah. And you know what was really great? When you made the tea, and I tasted that tea from the skin with the cinnamon and the honey, that was really something. I never even had anything like that. That was so good. So I'm gonna say thank you once again. I'll put your phone number down here on the bottom, and if anybody wants to get anything, just reach out to you or send you a text message, right?
Yes, sir. It's been a pleasure having YouTube here in my yard, and happy pineapple growing to everybody out there.
All right. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Take care. Thank you.